Happy Thursday. We have a huge 16 game slate. Let's talk some scene. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more MLB. First of all, thank you to anyone I saw you guys in the chat for the Kyle Kerm show, did their live show at midnight Eastern. So appreciate you guys that were in there to support. But yesterday, my goodness, looked like another good day until it wasn't. Just lost under a unit, but 2 and 3 day. We'll go over the recap in a little bit. The hitter parlay didn't work out. He didn't get his full at bats. That's because of a rain shortened game. But either way, we will catch a break soon. Quick reminder, NBA Best Bets video for Game 6 is out now. I gave out my 2 best bets, so be sure to check that one out. Possibly the last NBA video of the year. So any graphics you see in this video or other videos you know are from an app called OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. Click that link below in the description. You get a 7-day free trial. So let's get into it. I don't have an MLB fun fact. I've been looking at a computer since this morning, and I thought, you know what? Let's just have you guys leave your best MLB fun fact in the comments. I love to read them. I love learning about new fun facts. So I'll read off maybe my favorite tomorrow in the Friday video. So be sure to leave a comment. But in this video, we're going to recap yesterday and then go over the good and bad hitter matchups. I do not have who's on fire. Just a super busy day. But I'll have those for the Friday show. And then I got we'll have pitcher strikeout matchups, the entire pitcher report. And then, of course, I'll give you my best bets and the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and come join this awesome community. All right, let's get it rolling. And that means it's recap time. All right, here it is. A 2 and 3 day, another losing day. Frustrating as all can be. But either way, Tigers Phillies money line parlay. Not a full half unit win there, but because the Tigers game was postponed. But the Phillies did get the job done and win. Ellie De La Cruz and Gunnar Henderson. This one hurt. Henderson got a double in his first at bat. Ellie De La Cruz 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, and the game ends after 6 innings due to rain. Just unfortunate. I just really don't. He looked awful in his at-bats. I don't get how that happens. All of a sudden, he's been on an absolute tear, but it's baseball. And then the 3-leg team total parlay that I've been loving, this one hit easy, like super easy. Cincy team total over 2.5, Philly over 2.5, and the Mets team total over under 7.5. I believe they scored 0. So again, nice easy winner there. Chris Sale over 1.5 walks. I dipped my toes into the walk market one more time because this was a great one, and he walks 1, of course. So I'm done. Over 9.5, Padres, Dodgers. They couldn't do anything the first 6 innings. I don't understand. They're just all of a sudden against 2 bad pitchers thought, you know what? We don't need to score tonight. Baseball. That's all I can say. I do promise you it will turn around, but we went from even money on the year to down 10.39 units in the span of about 2 weeks. So that just means we can get it back that quickly as well. But that's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk the hitter matchups. All right, we got 12 good hitter matchups for you today. And remember, we have a couple double headers as well. So some of these are game 1, game 2. But Yelich 10 for 33 with a couple bombs off Tyon. And then Goldschmidt 6 for 18 off Tyler Anderson. You see Seager there having a little bit of a down season, but hit Michael Walker pretty well. And then Brandon Nimmo, how about 8 for 16 with 2 bombs off Strider? Francisco Lindor 6 for 16 off Strider as well. And then Carlos Correa, who's also having a very bad season so far, but he is 9 for 14 with 3 bombs off Nick Martinez. And then over there on the right side, Bryson Stott, the man who hit the 3-run bomb to cash a couple bets for me. He is 4 for 13 off Edward Scissorhands. And then we got Hoskins, Churio, 5 for 10 off Tyon, so on and so on. Pavin Smith, Josh Naylor's been on a roll, and Trey Turner down there as well. So that's what we got for the good hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the bad hitter matchups. And we have, let's see, 11 of those for you. Some big names, too. How about Cody Bellinger, 4 for 25 with 5 Ks off Tyler Anderson? That's not it. How about Giancarlo Stanton down there, 1 for 14 with 4 Ks off Anderson? He's not on here, but Aaron Judge also has not hit him well. So we'll see. The whole lineup is struggling anyways. Schwarber, you see there, 2 for 14. Ketel Marte, 2 for 22 against Gaussman. And then we got Pete Alonso, 2 for 12, 7 Ks off Strider. Does not hit him very well. And then you see the rest of them, ending with Urias of the Orioles, 0 for 10 with a strikeout off Rasmussen. So that's what we got for the good and bad hitter matchups. Now let's talk some Ks. All right, we got 2 good pitcher strikeout matchups, and the first one, just rinse and repeat from yesterday, got canceled. Skubal versus the Pirates. Pirates 6th highest K rate versus lefties last 3 weeks, about 27%. Skubal 111 Ks in 90.1 innings, 6+ Ks in 12 of his 14 starts this year. His one of those 2 unders was a season debut against the Dodgers. Higher K rate at home, 35.8 compared to 29.4 on the road. Almost exact same K rate splits versus lefties and righties. Second one, another lefty, Carlos Rodon against the Angels. Angels highest K rate versus lefties last 3 weeks, 31.2%. Rodon 107 Ks in 89.2 innings. He had 8+ Ks in 4 of his 5 starts. Then faced Boston back to back and had 5 and 4. Boston has his number. I'll just say that. But he does have a lower K rate at home, 27.9 compared to 32.4 on the road. Slightly higher K rate versus lefties, 31.6 compared to 29.6. Not a big difference. And he did have 10 Ks in 7 innings versus the Angels earlier this year. So that's what we got for the 2 best pitcher strikeout matchups. Now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here are the first 8 matchups of the day. I did not have time to make a ton of notes on every single pitcher like I like to give you, but still, here's the entire pitcher report. We got home runs per 9 innings over there on the right that we added a few weeks ago. ERA, expected ERA, all the averages are on the bottom, but we got Heaney versus Skubal. We know who has the advantage there. We're going to talk about that game a little bit later. And then Skeens versus TBD. Why are we not seeing Paul Skeens versus Tariq Skubal? It shouldn't be allowed to not see that because they have a chance to pitch against each other, and as of right now, it does not look like it's happening. But that's game 2, and then we got the first 4, by the way, are the 2 doubleheaders. We got St. Louis and the White Sox playing a doubleheader. Fetty versus Burke, and then McGreevy versus Vasile. I believe is how you pronounce it. Not a ton of innings there from McGreevy at 11.2, and then Chris Paddock versus Nick Martinez. I talked about this a little bit on the Kerm show. Paddock's had 2 starts where if you take those away, he actually has a 2.5 ERA this year. He's actually been better on the road as well. So, just to kind of give you an idea of his overall numbers and what they are. But low K rate, just like Nick Martinez. 2 guys that can give up some contact. And then Chase Dollander, the rookie for the Rockies, going up against Trevor Williams in extremely good hitting conditions. There's a lot of games today that are going to have very good weather, wind blowing out, all that kind of stuff. But Williams, 5.71 ERA, not good. Obviously, a decent expected ERA, but he's not a very good pitcher. 17% K rate, gives up a ton of hits. And Dollander has given up a lot of home runs, 2.31 home runs per 9 innings. I believe that is the highest on the slate today. And then Tyler Anderson versus Carlos Rodon, a pair of lefties. Again, like 90 degrees, wind blowing out, great temperatures there in New York. Can the Yankees ever score and win? We will find out. But Tyler Anderson, not as great on the road either, giving up 1.56 home runs per 9 as well. And then TBD from Milwaukee right now. I was hoping it would be Mizorowski. He may or may not pitch. I'm not sure. But last I checked, it was nobody mentioned. And then Jameson Taillon. This one game got canceled yesterday, but they're rescheduling that to a later date. So it's just the one game. But Taillon takes him out for Chicago, who's been pretty solid this year with great command as well. So that's what we got for page 1. Now let's take a look at page 2. And we got Michael Waka Waka against, we don't know yet. I think Sean Armstrong might be the pitcher. I haven't changed it yet here. It just happened as we were recording. It was DeGrom, but now I think it's Sean Armstrong. So nothing special there. More of a bullpen type game. And then Ryan Nelson versus Kevin Gausman. We'll talk about that game later. Gavin Williams versus Logan Webb. We'll talk a little bit about this one. But 27.6% K rate for Webb. He's been elite at home, especially with his K rate. 2.5 ERA. He has been really good. Obviously, the Guardians struggle on offense, especially on the road. And Gavin Williams, the one problem he has, 12.9% walk rate. And then Sanchez versus Cabrera, obviously advantage for Philly in that one. But Cabrera's missed some bats. 9.9% walk rate. It could be worse because it has been in his career. But he's been kind of okay, but giving up a lot of hits, 9.2. And then Clay Holmes versus Spencer Strider. Strider obviously coming off a huge strikeout game against the Rockies, but he did struggle a few starts before that. Clay Holmes actually been better on the road this year, but still just an average K rate, but he's been pretty solid, limiting hard contact. And then Charlie Morton, who just turned 87, going up against Drew Rasmussen. Rasmussen's been really good. 2.5 ERA, just been absolutely solid. There's like 1 or 2 starts that he got hit up around a little bit, but other than that, going up against Charlie Morton, who's been better lately, but again, great weather. I can't imagine the Rays don't score some runs here. And then Gordon versus Lopez, both have thrown about 30 innings here. Both have been okay, a little less than 5 ERA. Don't miss a ton of bats, although Lopez has missed some bats, 29% K rate. But Gordon has had great command, 3.1% walk rate. And then we end it with Berger, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, versus Yamamoto. Yamamoto, 2.64 ERA, struggled a little bit lately. And the Padres do have a few hitters that have hit him around a little bit as well. But obviously advantage for the Dodgers, but pretty big odds there with the Padres 2-1 underdogs. So that's what we got for all the 16 matchups with all the averages on the bottom. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Toronto, Canada, where the Blue Jays host the Arizona Diamondbacks. Blue Jays money line -137, D-backs money line +113 with a total of 8.5 runs. I'm taking the total. Give me the over 8.5 runs, minus 110 on FanDuel. We have Gaussman versus Ryan Nelson in this one. Let's talk Gaussman first. He's been a little better at home. 3.31 ERA, low 2.69 xFIP. I do question who he's played at home, though. It's the Oakland A's at home, which was a decent matchup. Padres, but when they were really struggling. Rays, and he got shelled. Cleveland Guardians, Atlanta when they were struggling, and Baltimore when they were struggling earlier this year as well. So, and he struggled in his last 3 starts, giving up 10 earned runs and 16 hits in his last 15.2 innings against the A's, Twins, and Phillies. And then we got Ryan Nelson on the other side. Made just 5 starts, been decent outside of 1 outing. He doesn't go deep into games. I don't think he's a great pitcher. He's a 4.5 ERA type guy. Doesn't miss a lot of bats as well. But these offenses have been smoking hot. Arizona, 5th highest WRC plus, 3rd highest slugging in the last 3 weeks versus righties. Scored 3+ earned runs off 5 of the last 6 righty starters. So I mean, they've been pretty much getting right up to the 3 or 4 runs before the bullpen even comes in. Blue Jays, 3rd highest WRC plus, 2nd highest slugging. These are 2 of the top 5 offenses in the last 3 weeks versus righties. And then bullpens, that Arizona one is just not good. I mean, it is garbage. Toronto has been decent lately in their bullpen. Both are pretty rested. I just think these offenses are loaded with good hitters, and they're on fire right now, especially Addison Barger for the Blue Jays. But facing 2 inconsistent starting pitchers, I think this is a little too low. Give me the over 8.5 runs. That's my first best bet. All right, this second one takes us out to Detroit, Michigan, where the Tigers host the Pittsburgh Pirates. Tigres money line minus 343, Pirates money line plus 266 with a total of 7 runs. This is game 1. This is Tariq Skubal. I'm taking a shot. Why not, guys? It's been a rough 2 weeks. Let's take a shot with some plus money. Give me the Pirates team total under 1.5 runs. Plus 158 on FanDuel. That is insane. Half unit play for me here. I think Skubal's going to absolutely mow this team down. Yes, betting on a team to get 1 or less runs is ridiculously scary. Again, it's plus 158 for a reason. But let's talk about it now. The Pirates offense versus lefties last 3 weeks. How about dead last in the major leagues at 38 WRC plus, 100 is average. 4 of the last 6 lefties have gone 7 innings against them. Matthew Boyd just 1 hit them. They've scored 2 or less runs in 6 of the last 10 games versus a lefty starter. And now they're facing Scooby-Doo, Tariq Skubal. In his last 4 starts, here's what the opponents have scored in that game. 1, 1, 1, 0. That's insane. So he has already done this 4 straight starts. He is the best starting pitcher on planet Earth. It's not even that close, in my opinion. But I would not be surprised if he even flirted with a no-hitter or perfect game. Predicting that is insane. I'm just saying. I think he's gonna pitch really well. We have to count on the Tigers bullpen probably, but I really honestly think it's just going to be an inning or 2 because I expect Scoops to go at least 7 innings, maybe more here. I think he's going to mow him down. And the bullpen for Detroit, they'll have their elite arms ready for the 8th and 9th if they need to because they're fully rested, not playing yesterday. So at plus 158, we're getting something that has not happened or that has happened under 1.5 runs 4 straight times in Skubal starts. And now we get the very worst offense versus lefties in the league. I got to take a chance. It's going to be stressful. You may not want to watch it, but hopefully we're still even alive in the later innings. But I'm going to take the plunge here. Give me the Pirates team total under 1.5 as my second best bet. You can get under 2.5 on FanDuel, like minus 142 right now if you want to eat some juice. But I'm going to take a shot here. So, like I mentioned, I've been on a computer since this morning. I am trying to keep my eyes open super late, so I'm only going to have the 2 best bets. But I do want to also give you some hitters before we get out of here. So let's talk some hitters that I like. All right, I have 3 hitters that I really like today, and some of these might end up in some best bets, but let's go over them. First one, Brendan Donovan of the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, he's in a doubleheader. You could take him in Game 1 or Game 2, honestly. He's been on a roll lately. 6 for his last 9, 1+ hit in 7 of his last 10, and he's been good all season, hitting .323 this year. He also crushes it on the road, hitting .355 on the road. Both White Sox starters in Game 1 and Game 2 are right-handed pitching. So Donovan hitting .361 off righties this year. How about .422 off righties on the road? Just absolutely insane. I like him to stay hot. Second one, Jonathan Aranda of the Rays. He is crushing it right now as well. He has the 3rd highest batting average in the majors in the last 7 days. .458. 1+ hit in 7 of his last 10. 2+ hits in 3 of his last 4. He has 8 for his last 12 right now. Hitting in great conditions again. It's really helping these Rays bats hitting in that little park with the heat and the wind blowing out and everything. But at home this season, Aranda is hitting a very nice .372. How about a 191 WRC plus at home for him as well? Just absolutely crushing it. Facing Uncle Charlie Morton, we know, very hittable pitcher, giving up 69 hits in 61 innings. I like Aranda to stay hot. Third one, Rookie Cam Smith of the Astros. We have not mentioned him much this year. He's really picked it up lately. Last 7 days, hitting 429. That's right. He is actually 7 for his last 11. That's pretty good. He has 1+ hit in 9 of his last 11 games, and he's facing lefty Jacob Lopez. Cam is hitting 286 off lefties, a little bit better than righties. 333 on the road versus lefties. He also has a 237 WRC plus, so he's an absolute lefty crusher. And then we look at the lefty Jacob Lopez. What does he struggle with? Right-handed hitters, giving up a 289 average and a 474 slugging. And then behind him is the worst bullpen in the majors right now. The A's bullpen is horrendous. I like Cam Smith to also stay hot in great hitting conditions. Again, any of these could be in a hitter parlay, HRRs, all that kind of stuff. Still waiting for some lines to drop, but just want to give you some more info as we have some really good hitting conditions finally for this Thursday slate. So that's what we got for Thursday. Before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. My two best bets so far: over 8.5 D-backs and Blue Jays, and the Pirates team total under 1.5 at plus 158. Let's take a shot. There will definitely be added plays. Be sure to check the pinned comments on X and on Discord. We are due to turn this around. Let's freaking do it. Let's start it now and ride it into the weekend. But thank you guys for watching. As always, really appreciate the support. Hope you guys have a great Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.